Step right up, let's take the dive. Crypto world is coming alive. From XRP to the blockchain beat. Join the crew where pioneers meet. Got builders, dreamers paving the way. Multi-chain vibes, we're here to stay. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. It's a crypto dance. Faces of crypto, stories we share. Early adopters, they're everywhere. From XRPL to the Web3 wave. Bold moves, only we're here to pave. Melissa and Simon, they light the way. Every week it's a crypto play. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Let's crypto dance. No advice, just a spark to ignite. Do your research, keep your vision tight. Community strong, we're building the way. Dip a toe show, here to stay. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. So take a chance, don't be shy. Crypto's calling, we're reaching the sky. Join the movement, come take a look. Web3's rising, the world's been shook. Ooh.
The world's been shook. Ooh. Welcome to Dip a Toe, the show that talks about crypto and digital assets from a variety of perspectives. I'm Melissa, and this is my fantastic co-host, Simon. How you doing tonight, Simon?
Hello, everyone. Melissa, I'm doing very well. Great to be back in my home state, even though I miss and long for those white sandy beaches. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, except for I just realized we're streaming the Welcome to Digital Ladies Unscripted. Please like and share and subscribe. Let's fix that.
There's nothing wrong with a little cross promotion.
By the way, Digital Ladies Unscripted, for those of you who are regular watchers of the Dip a Toe show every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, did you know that we also have a show under the Dip a Toe umbrella called Digital Ladies Unscripted? And that is myself, Miss Keita of Keita's Brew, Miss Lady K, that she is a validator for XRP Ledger, and then our favorite optimistic prime with the Wandering Footprint. The four of us ladies talk about digital assets and cryptocurrencies from a lady's perspective. That show is every Monday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we too have an After Dark space at 10:10 Eastern Standard Time on X. So please join us for that. I do want to say hello, you guys. I am just blown away every time we put a post up and advertise the show on YouTube. Our channel is growing strong. We're now well over 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at 1,160 some odd people that are subscribed to the Dip a Toe Show channel. This is organic growth here. So if you are watching, please subscribe to the channel and help us grow. Hop over to Rumble also. and give us a follow over there as well. You can find us by searching at Dipato. You'll find it pretty easily, and it would sure help us if you would subscribe to that. We want to get the word out as much as possible. But what is so fantastic, Simon, is every single time we have folks that are just chomping at the bit. And of course, our favorite Silver Days is always one of the first one. 8:45 a.m. this morning.
I want to know what Silver Days does for a job, because whatever it is, apparently
his job is loving Dipato Show.
Well, I didn't see him on the payroll.
Yeah, and we also have Florida Man Landscaping, our friend Jay from FinTech Management Limited. Always a big supporter of the show. We just appreciate him so much. And of course, we can't say anything better than DCA Crypto Dave, always in the house, really early, and we super appreciate it. Lloyd says there's some toes in the house.
Yes,
there is, Lloyd. There is, Lloyd.
I got 10 on it. I got 10 on it.
I see we got Wesley Dalton in the house as well. How cool is that, guys? Welcome to the Dipato Show. Please share this out. Who else we got, Simon?
We got Fabio is in the house tonight.
Oh, you guys go back and watch our interview with Fabio about Zao. It was a fantastic interview, and we love that you come to the show. It means a lot to us. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wonderful, Makita.
Makita, of course, Makita. She the Kita of the Makita. Kita is a lovely, lovely lady, and I'll tell you what, my in-home social life has taken a very noticeable uptick since I've been using Kita's brew. That's all I'm going to say here on broadcasting live on IMU TV. So go get you some Kita's brew. You definitely want some of that.
I told her we're going to start doing some commercials.
Yep.
Maybe we'll throw a little advertisement. Oh, thank you, Optimistic Prime. Oh my God, how cool is that shirt, Melissa? Yes. Shout out to Caroline on X. She got her shirt from the XRP Community Day. They were giving out free shirts. I did not get a Brad Garlinghouse signed one. However, they were giving out these free sweatshirts, and she posted that she had got hers today. And I said, if I get mine when I come home, if it's on my doorstep, it's on me. And so, yes, I did. I got it. I'm so excited. Thank you to Ripple and the XRP Community Day folks that gave everybody a free shirt if you were lucky enough to snag one, which I was.
Woo!
Yeah.
Again, I question what you do during the daytime.
Let's
not talk about that.
Seriously close to losing my job. So if anybody wants to pay me the big bucks, let me know. I'm there. Or if you want to sponsor the show, or I don't know.
Both. Can we do both? Let's do both. We need a sponsor and a payroll guy. Yeah,
I keep telling Ryan, one of these days, our show is going to be so super huge, and I will be able to quit my job, and we won't look back, babe. And XRP and all these other assets are going to go to the moon. And so, Gone Rogue knows. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's happening.
Speaking of let's go, what do we got tonight? Faces of Cryptos. What gems have you dug up for the Dipato crew tonight? Tell us about it.
I am telling you, Simon, this is going to be a fantastic show. We're going to dive deep into the vibrant world of Web3 innovation, gaming, and community-driven projects with an incredible lineup of guests. We got leading the pack, we have Daniel, who's the CEO of DPMF XDX and a key figure behind FUZION.xio. It's a groundbreaking decentralized social media platform integrated with a multi-currency, multi-chain NFT exchange. That's pretty interesting. It's primarily built on the XRP Ledger, but FUZION allows users to create, share, mint, trade, and interact with NFTs across chains like the XRP Ledger, Ethereum, and Polygon, all in censorship-resistant peer-to-peer environment with features like zero-fee trade, self-custody, and social fi elements. developments, which is super interesting. I've wanted to talk to him for well over a year now, so super excited to have him on the show. We also have Jim Starr. Jim Starr is the leading developer for Rarity Royale, and that is a dynamic gaming platform on the XRP Ledger where NFTs battle it out in peer-to-peer PvP arenas, evolving through their traits and upgrades, and they compete for XRP rewards, and they engage in community events like Hoppy Quest. I have to tell you, Simon, this is the first game that actually got me to participate. I am not a video game type person at all by any stretch of the imagination. However, I was listening to our friend Stone, Coffee and Crypto with Stone, Lady K, and sometimes Opti. That's every Monday, 9 to 11 a.m. on X Spaces. But they were talking about it, and I was intrigued. And so while he was on there talking, I jumped on, I brought myself an NFT, and I played the game, and it was really fun. And so I'm like, yep, this person's coming on Faces of Crypto. So, and then rounding out the panel, we have two passionate crypto enthusiasts. They're early adopters, our good friend JP and Archer. They're going to bring their real world insights into this conversation, their community perspectives, and their knowledge of the space that they've experienced so far being in there. So expect this to be a lively discussion on the decentralization of social platforms, the NFT marketplaces, just the evolution of gaming on the blockchain, and the real power of the XRP Ledger. There's a lot of emerging trends that are in Web3. And so we're going to kind of talk about a little bit about where they see what the future holds for crypto adoption and utility. So this is going to be a fantastic conversation. And I encourage everyone, if you have any questions and you're in the audience, please be sure to put your questions in all caps so that we can get them answered. We will do our best. If we do not get to your question, please head over to our After Dark space at 10:10 Eastern Standard Time on X, and we're going to drop the link in there. So what do you say we bring these guys in, Simon?
Yeah, let's do it. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, show, fellas.
Welcome to Dip a Toe. Man, guys, this is probably one of my most anticipated Faces of Crypto. I know I say that every week or every month that we have this show, but we just keep getting better and better. And the diversity and in the crypto community, digital asset space in general is just fantastic. And so welcome to Faces of Crypto. For those of you who aren't familiar and you haven't watched the show before, we like to go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves, kind of talk about yourself, how long you've been in crypto, did you have a eureka moment or an aha moment that inspired you to get into crypto? And I think we're going to start with Dan. Dan, welcome to Faces of Crypto. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How you doing, Melissa? Good to see you, Simon, as well.
Good to see you, Dan.
And I see some faces in the audience as well. Shout out to Wesley, who come in. Optimistic Prime, Amanda, hello. And Fabio as well. Hello to you guys and everyone else.
Very cool. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Dan. Where are you from? You know, give us all the dirty details of your past.
I won't get too dirty. It's late. It's quite late here. So my name's Dan. I'm CEO of DPMF. We currently do software development, digital design, and blockchain development as well. 3 projects or 3 main focus areas that we do in crypto. We'll cover later. My background, so mine probably is a bit different to most people's. I was actually a investor in equities and commodities for quite a long time. Dipping my toe into technology, probably 2015 plus, and I spent a few years learning about blockchain, and became quite an advocate of the technology and what it could do. More so the protocol, less so the actual value of cryptocurrency. So I started learning about that and just see a gap somewhere where I wanted to start building stuff and getting involved. So it was about 2019. Started making a scene. Started a company in 2020, but we didn't really do anything for about a year and a bit. And then we've done a lot of research and development in a lot of chains, deciding where to go. Built a team, and then probably about 2021 started exposing ourselves and started building some stuff out.
That's quite lovely. And please tell the audience what is your favorite football team?
You know my favorite football team.
Yeah, West Ham.
I am a West Ham supporter. So
all right, love it.
over in the UK.
Yeah, love it. So you know what? I want to get into something. I'm glad you mentioned equities. I want to talk about that because I think it's very much related to your project. I'm just making an assumption. Melissa, go ahead and take it over.
Sorry, keep going.
Go on. Sorry, Melissa. I think I stepped in. Go on, carry on.
Oh, no. If you're not done, I would love for you to continue.
No, I mean, with some of the stuff I'm doing in the future, we'll get involved in trading. I'll cover some of it a bit later.
Fantastic.
I don't want to go too deep now. Once I get going, I won't stop.
We're gonna have a 3-hour show tonight already. There it is, 3-hour show right there.
Let's go. Well, let's get Jim Star in the hot seat. Welcome to Faces of Crypto, the Dipato Show. Jim Star, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good, Melissa. How are you, Simon?
Doing very
Hi,
well.
Dan, JP, Archer. How's everybody doing?
Doing very well, sir.
Fantastic.
Welcome. Loving the Puma, by the way. I'm a big supporter of Puma.
Thank you very
love
much.
Me some Puma, man. I love me some Puma.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Jim Star.
Well, how to say? I'm the lead developer with Rarity Royale. I've been in crypto since 2020. I really got, as I say, has really dipped my toe into crypto in during the COVID shutdown. Apparently, my son was into gaming, and he was into an esports organization that wanted to pay them, and they offered to pay them with Binance. So I had to set up a Binance account and help him get paid. So that was my first experience. I found out that it was very difficult because the Binance whole UI was very confusing. So I went into crypto.com, and I thought that experience was brilliant. So I've been in Chronos and previously and Solana, and then last year I dipped my toe again into XRP. So here I am.
Fantastic. So really, you kind of got in because your son. You a lot of times our kids do kind of force us to look at things because we're like, what are you involved in, what's going on, and you're trying to help them get that money, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, Dad, you need to set up a wallet." I was like, "What is a wallet?" And he was like, "No, it's a crypto wallet that you need to get paid through." And I was like, "Okay." And so it's my background really. It's I'm a technical utility technician for a semiconductor industry. Yeah, so I'm not really. I'm suave with technology. So. But when it came to finance technology, I was really, far away. But over the years, it's funny how easily how you pick up things and how you learn things when you're in a good community. So that's my backstory of how I got into crypto.
Very cool.
So I got to ask right here, right off the bat, Mr. Star, is your kid still sponsored? Is he still on the team? Is he still doing it? His sport?
No, actually, he has a girlfriend now and is into.
There it is. He could have been to the Gamers World Cup, but he met a beautiful young lady instead.
Yeah, and he's into GA sports. So GA sports, in Ireland is like the Gaelic football. So he's
right on.
His gaming career is almost over now.
Where are you from? Where are you from, Jim Star?
I'm originally from Ireland, from Nigeria, but I've been living in Ireland for the past 25 years now. So,
Right
Well,
on.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic! Can't wait to hear more. And like I told Simon, your project, you're the only one so far that got me to dip my toe into the gaming aspect, and I can really see where it's a fun thing. It's a very popular thing that people like to pass the time, and building it on the XRP Ledger is super cool. So welcome, Jim Star.
Thank you very much for having me on the show, and you absolutely killing it with the shows. And thank you very much, Simon. Too. You guys are a dynamic duo.
The
Appreciate
dynamic
that.
duo. Thank
Dynamic
you so much.
duo. Maybe we'll have our own game called the Dip and Toe Dynamic Duo.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have to have a short of that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, thank you. Let's get JP in the hot seat. JP, welcome to the Faces of Crypto. How are you doing this evening, my friend?
Yeah, doing great. I'm just excited, Melissa, to be here. Just happy and just looking forward to sharing whatever you want to know. And I have to tell you, your red hair is absolutely beautiful. It's shining. You're rocking that hat, your shirt.
It's the Keys Brew. Just saying, guys.
Yeah.
It's the Keys Brew.
It's beautiful, Melissa. I mean, no kidding. It's beautiful. It is.
I
Lovely.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What, all the sort of details of your past, how long you've been in crypto, and did you have a eureka moment or an aha moment that inspired you to dive a little deeper into the crypto digital asset space?
Yeah, it's I get asked that question a lot, and it seems the longer I'm in it, it's a different answer in a way, But I was thinking about it because I knew you would ask me, and it was I believe in the beginning. I have to go back to the very beginning, and I believe it was divine intervention. I really do. I'm sitting on the couch, watching TV. Of course, I heard Trump say crypto capital of the world, and it just made me, my whole attitude towards it was like nefarious and just wasn't, down my lane. But I started looking into it. I was like, that's odd, national television, So I started looking into it, and then I actually went to, there's a free course for anybody that wants to know that's new. Corsica or Corsa, it's an online course.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry?
No, that I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, it was free, and it was just I read about blockchain and just became familiar with it. Didn't quite understand the terminology. It was, at first it was a little tricky, trying to process what he was saying because I didn't know. And so that was really helpful. It was like 7 video courses, like 30 minutes a piece. So I did that. And then after about a month, purchased a wallet. And then I bought 10 XRP. And it was actually thrilling. I mean, it was like I was doing something, that is just like on the edge, or, something that wasn't accepted or wasn't, mainstream, so I kind of, it brought me back to my youth a little bit. I was a little crazy when I was younger. So
Weren't we all?
yeah.
Like
So
most
it was
definitely.
fun. Live in Louisiana, family man. I have a son, happily married, 30 plus years, and just really lucky, fortunate, self-employed carpenter.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty good.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you say, divine intervention, that you were led to it, because I feel the exact same way, being led to look more into these digital assets and crypto and that sort of thing. And, there's a lot of folks in this space that feel that same way. you know. And when you start talking about it with others early on, you know, they like you said, you know, everybody thought it was nefarious and bad, and you know, only criminals use digital assets or Bitcoin and that sort of thing. And so it was kind of an uphill battle in the beginning, right? As you're dipping your toe into this stuff, people are like, what are you doing, JP? You know, you better be careful, Mr. JP.
Oh, I was so nervous when I went to transfer my first, you know, tokens off the exchange. It was because I was like, I mean, we were told, you know, and plus I wasn't really in spaces that much, but watching YouTube videos and just things like that, they really focused on it. You know, they were really good ones that I found. So I was a little and I remember I was so excited. Oh, is it going to show up? You know, and then when it did, it was just thrilling. And then it just kind of took off. And then, of course, I went down the road list. I'm sure others have. Started like buying like things, you know. I was like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, and I kind of curbed it after a couple months, so I wasn't too deep into, you know, my portfolio. I think there was 10 at the time, and now it's cut down to 6. So that's what I'm focusing on. The divine intervention didn't come right away. After I was like looking at it, I'm thinking, well, what am I, you know, what am I going to do? You know, what am I going to do with this? And I think that my purpose is to help others. I really do. I hope that, you know, my bags get filled enough that I could help others. And that's what I was focusing on. My faith tells me, treat others with respect and, you know, have fun and just help others. And I was never in a position other than, you know, little things that we do for each other, but we're built to love and we're built to care for each other. And that was where I figured God put me here to help others somehow. Have no idea how, but that's
I love it. I love it. You're helping people every day that you're in this space and that you're in the community and you're chatting with people and people see you, and being, you know, willing to come on a show like Dip a Toe, Faces of Crypto. Someone's going to see your face and say, that's me. That's me. So we really
I actually shared my picture. Yeah, I shared my picture with others. It's very comfortable for me. I'm not afraid. I know my day is coming sooner or later, but I'm not afraid.
Well, we sure do appreciate you coming on, Dip a Toe, and we look forward to talking to you more because I'm going to pick your brain here in a second. But let's get Archer up here. Welcome, Archer, to Faces of Crypto, Dip a Toe show. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in crypto. Did you have an aha moment or a eureka moment? How you doing this evening, Archer?
I am doing spectacular. How about you, Melissa?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yes, excellent. Simon, hello.
Archer, good
Jim
to see
Starr.
you.
Yes, good to see you. JP, good to see you, sir. You know, an aha moment for me in crypto, I think, came to me quite a long time ago. When crypto came out and I started learning about it, I didn't understand it at all. I didn't have a clue what it was or what it could do. And then over the years, I kept trying to, you know, figure out what blockchain was, figure out the platforms that they're using to facilitate these, you know, cross-border digital assets they have now. And I ran across actually stellar.org years ago, and seen something in their vision as they're working with a lot of different payment providers and such to do this. And I know that at some point, I'm working on this still, that it has uses. and I'm still trying to lay my fingers on it all. I do not pretend to know everything at all. Um, Actually, I just met Melissa not too long ago, and it's really the first time I ever really met anyone else ever that was into cryptocurrency. So, I really depended on my own thinking and figuring out because I have a mechanical background. I hear JP say that he's into carpentry, and I was in the handyman service for years. So, I understand what he's talking about there. Um, so that's a little bit about me and, what's going on with the blockchain. There's so much to learn, and that's, of course, why I'm here. I'm trying to figure it all out, and Melissa's helping us do that, of course. And she is wonderful, by the way. She is the fire in the Dipito show.
He is so nice.
Love you. When I met Melissa, I was astounded. I was like, look at this lady right here. She is just special. And the way she conducts herself, top notch, no doubt in my mind. So that's pretty much, what's going on with me. I know there's a lot of different blockchains out there. There's a lot of different cryptocurrency. From what I understand, there's like tens of thousands of different cryptocurrency. But what I'm looking for is cryptocurrency with utility. It came to my attention some years ago that once you can find a cryptocurrency that has utility, that you can work with, that you can move, that you can send and do things with, then all of a sudden you have something that is important, something that you can work with. It's like a tool. I couldn't do my job without tools. And it seems to me, though, that with the Clarity Act and Genius Act and everything that's coming out, and like JP said, with Trump saying that he wanted to be the crypto capital of the world, it definitely sparks your attention, or it sparks mine at least, and clearly it sparked JP's as well. And that's how I got into crypto. So yeah, Melissa, that's how that worked.
Well, we sure do appreciate you coming on Faces of Crypto. You got a chance to meet Simon as well there in Florida, the Florida Alan Stable event as well, right?
I did. I was so overwhelmed by meeting y'all, honestly, and so focused on y'all personally that I really didn't pay attention to the event. I looked back on it and I said to myself, I was like, I went for the event, but I paid attention to the people much, much more.
Really
and it caused me to really not get a good focus on what was going on at the event. And that's, sorry about that, Alan. Didn't mean to do that, anyhow. But it's part of the learning process of everything. And, I'm just trying to make the very best of it. And, I think I mentioned to Melissa real quick in one of the spaces we were talking about security. I don't know everything about security, but I do know that if you do go and get a seed phrase from any one of the cryptocurrency platforms and they give you a seed phrase, that's one of the most important things that you can really pay attention to. You need to be able to document that correctly, whether it's 12 or 24 words or what it might be, seed phrase. And the fact that that is one of the most important things, because with that, anyone can access your funds. So these are some things that you really need to focus on, pay attention to, and keep safe in a secure place. And it's really, if it's your wallet, I keep my wallet in my pocket. I don't give it to anyone else. So that's the way that should be treated. So keep that stuff in mind as you're learning about cryptocurrency, because it's something that I had to learn, and security is an important thing.
Absolutely.
Well said, sir.
Yes.
Well said.
Oh, geez. I'm trying to bring
make
up
a smoothie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it got tequila in the smoothie?
I'm trying to be a smooth move here with Fusion's Fusion's website because I wanted to post the link. But thank you so much, Archer, and look forward to talking to you a little bit more in the show.
Yeah.
But let's get Dan up here in the hot seat. Dan, you guys are building something pretty remarkable. You want to tell us a little bit more about your project, what Fusion is, and DPMF?
I'll backtrack a little bit, so it's all in chronological order, so it's easy to understand, because we are actually doing quite a lot, so it can be quite hard to digest. Even some of our community sometimes don't keep up with some of the branches we have on. So DPMF is a public company in London since 2020. So financial history and records are all up to date, and we pay taxes. We do work for clientele with digital design, and we do private work for software internationally in different areas. Internally, we do have our own core projects that we focus on, 3 main areas. We label them XD projects. So it's XD1, XD2, and XD3. XD1 is what you see as Fusion, which we'll be covering today. XD2 goes into decentralized finance, which is obviously separate, and XD3 is GameFi, where we've actually got a percentage of that about to come on with a beta looking to go live in a couple of weeks. But that's something else. We'll put that one to the side. And we'll just focus on XD1, which is what you've seen as Fusion XIO. Currently a beta platform launched about 1.5 years ago. It has some of the most powerful back-end, you could say technology on the XRP Ledger. I think at the moment we have the largest 3D file NFT collections on there on the entire ledger. I think the megabits collection at the moment is the biggest of all 3D file collections, I think, to date. Fusion was also the first NFT platform to do an NFT trade in RLUSD from the moment it went liquid on the XRPL network. The Fusion XIO, you will see, is written down as a SocialFi / NFT exchange, and that's because it does have SocialFi capabilities involved. Very minor now, but more to come later. It has everything that you would expect of a basic NFT exchange, able to mint multiple types of files, ranging from JPEG, PNG to video. But we also last year launched GLB and FBX file, which are 3D files. So now 3D objects such as avatars for games, objects as cars, basically anything that is a 3D object can now be minted as an NFT. This was a key point, a key milestone I wanted to get to from a few years ago, because I wanted to be able to utilize the file of an NFT, not just the code. So now we also last year added in our own identifier when you create an NFT, which is called the Metaverse Config. So every NFT that's ever created on Fusion has a tiny unique identifier in it for something which we have later. So all NFTs, more specifically to 3D file ones, will be able to be pulled into other 3D ecosystems, which means we'll be able to utilize 3D avatars that are created on Fusion. I have been speaking to a few other 3D ecosystem developers on the XRP Ledger to collaborate with, but at the moment, everyone is quite focused on the core stuff of what they're doing. They don't have the time to practice the interoperability, but that's okay because we're building one. We're going to do it anyway. So yeah, Fusion has everything you would see of a basic NFT exchange. It does have a multi-currency capability. So on the XRP Ledger, there's over 64,000 assets issued. All of them operate on Fusion immediately. So if someone here was to create a currency, immediately from the moment it's launched on the XRP Ledger, you can use it for 5 functions on Fusion. That includes buying and selling NFTs, offers, decentralized validation, and an anchor asset. And I'll cover a little bit of that later.
Can I stop you there for a second? Can I just make sure I'm clear on what you're telling me? So are you telling me that if I did, so I have the token that has not officially been released yet, but are you telling me that we could actually sell an NFT for the token, or Amanda's Blue Umbrella token? Someone could buy something with that, or you could buy it straight up in RLUSD, and you said you could do that from day one. From RLUSD.
So even your asset, if it has been issued on chain but not even circulating yet, as long as you have a trust line and you own an NFT, you can actually sell any NFT you own in that asset. And if someone else who has NFTs has the trust line in their wallet as the issuer, you can offer to buy theirs with the asset you've issued. So straight away, and the reason for that is I wanted to make sure that we had the capability to act as a supporting arm for anyone who was a token project. We have a 0% trade fee. And recently, I know you'll know, Melissa, we've just had Fusion turn into a 0% joining fee. We used to have a registration fee, and there is a reason for that. I'll cover it a bit. But at the moment, on the back end, I would argue we're probably one of the most technologically advanced down to an acute scale. And also, I think we're the cheapest NFT exchange on the market as well. And we still take in assets daily on that platform. One be our native asset, XRP, and a few other assets used for payments to create NFTs, and obviously decentralized validation. So daily we take in our own native asset as well, which is pretty cool. There's a feature on Fusion which is live, and it was one of the reasons why we had a registration feature when you first used to join. I designed a few years ago a feature called decentralized validation. Now, one thing that I was annoyed with when I used to go on to, mainly with Ethereum NFT exchanges, was I would see verified artists without knowing who they was. It would only be the exchange that would tell me these are a valid content creator, but no one would know who they were. So you could almost say the exchange had a bias to say what was relevant and what was not. So that was something that took an interest to me. So I designed a feature called decentralized validation. So profiles on Fusion, anyone who has a Zarman wallet can go onto fusionxio.com and you can create a profile now. Once that profile is created, if you own a fractional amount of a XIL asset, which is a governance asset on there, you'll be able to validate and be validated by anyone without any control by the central authority or the central organization being us. In fact, it's that decentralized that when your profile gets validated, you start with a gray check mark. After reaching so many validation points, you'll get a blue. And after so many more, you'll get a gold. Well, we built the platform and we was not the first profile to get a gold check mark. It was actually a community member who was ahead of the company handle on there. So it just goes to show that it's actually, it's down as a peer-to-peer basis. Now, let's say, Simon, that you have a profile on Fusion and you contact me, say, Dan, I've got this profile on Fusion. Would you be willing to validate me? I'll say, yeah, sure. And you'll get a series of options. So there'll always be XRP, XDX, and another asset called XWAD. Them three are fixed. And I'll probably have time to cover that in a minute. But Simon, you could also pick a fourth asset, which we call an anchor asset. So as long as you have a trust line in your Zarman wallet, you can select an anchor asset, which is the type of token and the amount. And you can choose to be validated with that. So if I validate your profile and I own that asset, I make a fractional payment to you. So you actually earn that asset. You get a series of validation points to make your profile more valid, and I get some for validating you. It's actually the entire mechanism is in a way rewarding on a peer-to-peer basis, but there's no reward from the central entity being Fusion. It's all on a peer-to-peer basis. The decentralized validation feature, as it's never been online anywhere in the world, I didn't know how well it would run. So when we first launched an NFT exchange, I put a registration fee on to join to slow down people coming on. So I had a smaller audience to test with. But we had features on there which were more beneficial with all currency trading. So people did join to use that. But with it was probably about a year of analysis I'd done. And from when we first built the feature, we probably had close to like 400 bugs. This was before we put it on public. And then when we went, because I had to have it perfect, because if we had a mistake with decentralized validation, it could be quite hard to unwind. Right. When we went live, I think we only had three to fix, and one of them was found by my team members, but other than that, the public never really got to see anything. So the point is, it worked, and it still works today. So after a year of analysis, I turned the registration fee off, and now allows anyone to create a profile for free. And if your profile is something which deserves validation, our community and anyone on Fusion will validate you. It also means that you can be validated in your own asset if you've issued your own asset as well, hence the anchor asset. So that's cool. We've added a kind of you could argue it's a utility, but it's more of an additional function to whatever someone's doing with their core project, and we're just there as a supporting arm. We don't take a fee for when you validate someone. You get 100% of the fee, unless it's changed, because it's a payment on Zarman. You don't pay a Zarman fee either, as far as I'm aware, unless it's changed. So as a receiver, you receive 100%. We have 0% trade, which I'd already covered. Profile is actually free, so it's quite attractive to actually join Fusion. You don't actually have to pay anything to join it anymore, and you can be validated depending on how good your profile is. But it is a beta platform, and this is for one of the features. Why? We have, I believe, I might be wrong here, because I'm not studying all other NFT marketplaces, so if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But as of January this year, we launched all currency minting in a completely decentralized way. So on Fusion now, you can actually launch a collection and pick whichever asset you want, a number of assets for your entire collection, and have the public mint them out. Also, if you as the issuer will be the issuer for all them NFTs as well. So it won't issue it to the person who's minted. It will be from the source. We don't leave any stamps with any digital footprints with any content we have produced by the public. So you won't see a Fusion XIO in the metadata. You won't see it in the transactions. So it is completely peer-to-peer, and it makes it very difficult for anyone to track what actually happens on Fusion, because we don't leave a digital timestamp. The reason for that is I wanted to make sure later on, when we go on to a more institutional level, that businesses would be comfortable utilizing creating NFTs with us, because we don't saturate it with our name. It's completely same as if you're a digital artist. When you'll see when you create an NFT on Fusion, all the credit goes to you. It does not go to us. So there is no digital footprint to say it's on Fusion. The only thing that people would notice is we have the meta config, which is for identifying what 3D objects are, or 2D as well, which is relating to putting NFTs into 3D ecosystems, which I suppose an explorer could use to detect that is us. Come to think of it, which is just realised on your show, literally just now, because I know a big company contacted me. I think it was about a year ago, and they asked for an API because they couldn't track anything coming through us, and we've been very organic with what we do. There is, I don't know if anyone knows this, but there is a lot of automated bot trading, not just in cryptocurrency, but also in NFT trades. Now, that's not a good metric for me to deal with, because I can't get an honest answer as to what's what. So we don't apply any bot trading at all from our source and our platform. So the numbers, I think if you go on the homepage, you'll see it's like 23,000 sales or something from the nearly 2 years we've been on, and the numbers they are organic. That's not us manipulating it in any way. And it also includes our own collections, which we do as well. So if anyone ever goes on there, you'll see as well on the menu option, you'll be able to create NFTs. It's quite simple to do. It's not anything complex. You will not have to worry about doing anything wrong unless you are asked to sign something with your Zarman wallet. So you can pretty much explore around there quite safely. Fusion does not custody any NFTs at all. So everything that's on there was either created on there or has been pulled in from the XRP Ledger. We don't custody crypto assets, and we do not custody NFTs at all. So it's completely peer-to-peer. On there, you'll see there's a list of validators. They're going to come in handy a little bit later. And validators are literally are ranked by how much of the governance asset they own on the platform. So the more XIO, which is the governance asset on Fusion, the more they have, when they validate another profile, they give more points. For example, I'm a master validator. If I validated any of you, you would get a blue check mark straight away because I'm a master validator.
Oh, gotcha.
And there's tiers like that. That's going to come more in handy for stuff we're doing with RWAs. I just had a meeting a few hours ago with 6-7 of the team from DPMF Labs. We will be using validators on Fusion for a more open way for everyone who is able to create RWAs, real world assets. They will be coming to Fusion as well. And validators will be playing a role to ensure that we have safe content going there.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump into this. Hold on, Melissa. Hold on, Melissa.
Did you
I'm
want
gonna
me
jump
to
into
repeat
this.
that?
No. I'm gonna go back and watch the replay if I need to learn something. And I suggest all the depositors out there do the same tomorrow. So what I'm seeing here, because given your history of equities, right, and this platform sounds like you're really making it organic, so real humans can do real deals, real trades in the NFT space. So at the institutional or corporate level, NFTs have a major role to play in all of those spaces. You're talking about real world assets. So here
Yeah.
I am just thinking, hey, if I wanted to sell my house to a bloke from West Ham, I could do that, and I could make the NFT on here. We do arguably a private deal because it's really not too much tracked other than the what just got revealed a little bit ago, your guys' is just identifier of that NFT being created on your guys' platform. There's really no commission to you guys. It's just a straight up private deal, so to speak. Is that a function that you're trying to do in the future? Because I could see that could be massively huge.
So let me take a couple of steps back.
Perfect.
Now, we've got maturity of most networks, XRP Ledger being, arguably sort of fourth, third on market cap. On the DEX itself, we don't actually have the liquidity on the DEX to do real estate buying and selling. If anyone checks the order books, we're not that liquid yet.
Right.
We're actually in a very early stage of that technology. So in our eyes, what we're doing at DPMF is we're starting at a different level and coming up, rather than go straight to real estate, gold.
Sure.
Classic cars, etc. We've got a business plan where we're going to come in another way, and it will be as Fusion evolves, this will kind of develop. But it could absolutely turn into a place of which you speak of. Whether it would be private or not, you see, the XRP Ledger is incredibly open, and it's very good for interoperability. Although it has a layer 1 and layer 3 functionality, and all of its layer 2 functionalities are essentially the XLS protocols. It is very, very, very open. And the AMM, the automated market maker, is a good example of that we can literally cross pair and pair up trading pairs. You can't do all of that on all chains anyway. We'll do it so seamlessly. But we have a very, very powerful L1. So if you was to put a property on the market on the XRP Ledger, it is quite an open public ledger. A lot of people would see that. But there is other ways as well it can be done privately. That is not actually the goal. My aim, NFTs have in a way been marketed a little bit wrong. And I think we're all a little bit responsible for that, where they are under the perception they are just artwork. But that's not actually correct.
Yes. Right.
An NFT is actually a file attached to a token, paired off. Now that file can be whatever you like. Yeah.
Anything.
So on Fusion, we've had the capability to mint PDF files for a couple of years. Awesome. We've got a guy called NSCV. I think he's done the most amount of poetry, excuse me, on the XRP Ledger compared to anyone. Imagine he would be a man that would go down in history with some of the poetry he has. Very, very good. We've got the 3D files has been a very big one for us for NFTs to mainly to go into the GameFi era or the GameFi area using 3D files. And then Fusion, if you come across a 3D file on there, you can rotate, view, zoom in, and see all the detail of 3D objects on there. If anyone wants to go onto the Megabits program, you would see, I think there's about 12 characters out now. And there's a profile on Fusion. If you go to validators or verified profiles and find the AVA program, you'll probably find one of the most detailed 3D NFTs you would have ever seen, ever released. And if you take a look at it, it's called the RDX AVA. We had to, in 2023, we released that character for Gaming Later as a video. And I halted releasing of the characters because I realized that releasing videos of characters means they would not be interoperable with other 3D ecosystems. So I completely halted releasing characters. And then once we've caught up with technology, which is on the Fusion beta, we would re-release the characters in 3D. And if anyone gets the opportunity to find the RDX Ava on Fusion, I have yet to see a 3D NFT of this much detail on any blockchain. It's one of the best designs. It's actually one of my favorites. So I do have a slight bias. So I do apologize. But if you were to come across it, you'd be absolutely amazed. And it's a character for a game you do. Anyway, but yeah, besides that, so RWAs is an area where we will be going. I've spent the best part of about 9 months looking at how to actually turn that into a business and capture a decent percentage of the market cap of where it's going. I don't want to fall into the trap of having an exchange where we try and survive off exchange fees. I think we can do one better. Now, I've just spoken about 3D files. I've got a certain department in our labs which has the capability to scan physical objects into.
I was just gonna ask that, dude. I was literally just gonna ask that.
We are already doing that. So we have the hardware, we have the software, and I reckon in about 2 months we'll start really getting involved with RWAs. You'll see on Fusion there'll be loads more coming online relating to trading that, but we will be able to scan. In fact, let me rephrase that, because we already can. We can scan priceless artwork down to 0.01 mil of accuracy, turn it into a file, and then have it fully viewable in 3D on Fusion now. I should have sent you a link actually, Melissa, because we've got a Scream artwork as an example, which is really good. You can rotate and look around, etc. So we've got that, and we will be doing that with RWAs. That's exactly what we'll be doing. So we want. Can I ask you a question?
Who's housing the file? Like, so you're scanning it, right?
Correct.
Is that like, so you mentioned the hardware and the software. Are these like physical storage that are housing the scans?
No, it's a good question. Allow me. So there's going to be 2 ways it can be done. I want to make sure that we have an open way for anyone who connects to Fusion who can scan 3D objects to also create their own RWAs on their own issuer. Hence why the validators coming, which I was talking about earlier. So validators will be able to validate what is real and what is not before it gets launched on the platform. So people will be able to put in the 3D file, have their details, validators can check it. Yes or no. If it's not unanimous, then it wouldn't launch, so it won't be on the platform. So we try and keep credibility and keep it safe.
Right.
The file then would be on the IPFS because it's launched through the user that's connected. Same as when we would do it for a client, we would mint it for them under the relevant issuer, and then it would be handed to them. So if we do it for a museum, for an art gallery, for a showroom, part of the package that we offer is that we set it up for them. Once they're set, we would send them the file as an NFT, which would be a real-world asset, and then fractionalized assets would be included as well, which would then be on the market. That would all be in one option coming on Fusion.
I'm so quitting my job tomorrow. Dude, like the entrepreneur side just went, and there's another one. Melissa, you need to quit your job next Monday.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. That's fantastic.
I can elaborate on this a bit more because there is a reason behind it.
Yes.
So NFTs have always, from when they've launched, I said they've been marketed slightly wrong. They do have more use case. It's just there's a vision in the world that, a monkey smoking a cigar is what they are, and you could argue some go for too much money. Make no mistake that NFTs can be a set of car keys. Make no mistake that NFTs can be used for identification. Right? There will be use cases that will unfold as networks and protocols, especially the XRP Ledger, which some already are there, start coming to life. That's one of the reasons why we built Fusion as it is, as the way it's going. I didn't want us to get too stuck into the art world. Although I'm a fan of loads of great artists that we have on Fusion, I want to make sure I complement them and also we come in with some serious innovation. So it's really mixed up, and not to get too tied down with files which we might not be able to do too much with. The social fi side on Fusion, there is some stuff I will be launching with people's profiles where artists will be able to utilize their own NFTs on their own profile, and that's already existing NFTs as well, and it's another social part coming. So Fusion is literally acting as an arm to support anyone who wants to use it at the moment. And as we release more features and it starts unfolding into a beta, into a volume 2, I think it's going to become very attractive. The XRP Ledger, because I was there when they started doing the token issuance, and cryptocurrency as well, it can be a pretty bad place. It's actually sometimes very hard to know what to trust and where to go and what to use. And being involved in lots of different assets and chains from years ago, and I've seen a lot fail, and I've seen a lot fail for certain reasons. I always wanted to make sure that whichever network I did get involved on, that I supplied a capability almost for free if someone wanted to use it as a helping hand for them to later on advance. And we've done that, and I achieved that, and that's what Fusion was for. Although there will be additional use cases coming, I think about another 2 to 3 over the next 14 months. That means we would have supplied up to 8 use cases for every digital asset on the XRP Ledger. Also, fractionalized tokens for RWAs of Fusion also can be used to buy and sell other NFTs as well. So they won't just be a tradable asset on an exchange, which you would normally see as an RWA. They can actually be used as a currency, which has not been done before. We also have explored using AMM pool tokens as well as forms of payment. So we're near enough utilizing everything to be used on everything in a way. And I didn't realize we would be able to do some of these capabilities a few years ago. In fact, I had a few people from a few years ago tell me it wasn't possible. And well, we did it.
Ta-da.
Look where we're at now.
Ta-da.
Perseverance.
Wow.
Ideas come to life, right?
It is. Overall, Fusion has a lot of powerful back-end tech, and unless you actually navigate it, I know we have a lot of strong people who use it daily, who they're kind of a bit tribal on it now because they understand how it all works. Small little features like you can add an NFT to display on your profile that you don't even own. If you find it on the marketplace and it's from a supporting company, or you're part of a project but you didn't issue it and you come across it, you can literally go onto that NFTs and click to add to your profile, and then boom, there it is. And then there's you acting as a supporting arm. Another feature, it's not really normal on an NFT exchange to do that. You did mention about Polygon and Ethereum connections on there. Now they went on for a very short while, and then I turned them off. The reason being is because we're so integrated with the XRP Ledger and the decentralized validation. Decentralized validation wouldn't really work with them other wallets, which I was already fully aware of. And plus, it would have started getting too confusing having multiple chains running on that platform. I do already have a way to simplify it, and I'm going to do it after I've got a few other builds out of the way. But then I'm going to decide as well, is it really required? Is there really that much demand there? Because I'm not entirely sure there is. So I don't want to waste too much effort on it. But on the back end, yes, we do have the capability to add Ethereum. I did touch a little bit on Flare, Songbird NFTs as well, and Polygon. But at the moment, that stuff is sitting in the back end, and I've just kept it down to XRP Ledger functions, because if I'm honest with you, some of the features and functions we have coming next are not normal on this kind of platform. And it's already confusing enough when I try and explain how some of these work, let alone when it comes to someone finding the button to just go, for example, to validate a profile. All you have to do is push validate, but the whole process of how it all works is incredibly complex. So we try and simplify everything as best possible, and adding multiple chains at this time period, I felt could be unattractive. So I've just halted that for the time being.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that you're right. This is a lot. This is a lot. Holy smokes. One question, and then I do want to get Rarity Royale up here. So I created an NFT collection, just kind of testing it out, not on Fusion. I did it on another platform, and you did mention the IPFS files. And so what happened to me was I created a collection. I named it Test in the collection itself. And it was working. I did fantastic. Everything was great. I was sent it to from a couple friends to have them look and see that I successfully created an animated NFT with a song attached to it. And they said, no, it's not there. And I said, yes, it is. And they're like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. No, not. Anyway, come to find out, the platform that I created it, they deleted my collection. And
Wow.
they deleted my collection, which I didn't know that you know, when you pay and you collect, you know, you create it, whatever. And that's how I even learned about IPFS files to begin with, because as my good friend Amanda, Optimistic Prime, we kind of troubleshooted this together, and you know, went and searched it out and found the IPFS file, and sure enough, my NFT was there in fully intact and in all of it, right? And so I'm just wondering.
There's three standards, so it can be a little bit complex when it's how's a file minted. You've got the old XLS 14 standard, right, which is a different kind of token connection to file, which is a little bit more centralized. You've got XLS 19, which is kind of off your own host server, so it's not on a sort of open server like the IPFS. And then you've got XLS 20. So you've got them kind of three main XLS protocols related to minting. Now, what's happened with that, with the NFT being on a platform and a platform being able to remove it, you know, sort of without the consent of the owner, that's something we're starting to see a bit of a problem with some of the larger NFT exchanges, where they're trying to get people to pull their NFTs off. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is it not Nifty Gateway or another one are having a problem where they're trying to contact people to take the NFTs off the platform because they're closing the platform down? Quote me if I'm wrong. Yeah. All right. So that was a key element when we was first testing out the whole NFT ecosystem of the XRP Ledger. It's very key that you do own your NFTs. What you're going to see is an advancement with NFTs is where stuff starts getting exciting. Anything to do with game finance is going to be really big with NFTs, especially when they're connected with 3D ecosystems and stuff like that. They're going to be the next big run with NFTs. I've just lost my train of thought, so I got so excited about thinking about NFTs. Oh, that was it. You're going to
Royalty Royale. He's ready. He's like, oh, what did you say? What did you say?
The dynamic NFTs, the XLS protocol, I can't remember which number it was, went live in June. That is an absolute game changer for the XRP Ledger. It's literally allowed, having NFTs dynamic is key for anything with game finance, absolutely key. So not only because you can change the file type, but you can also change the metadata. Something that we haven't had before on this chain. And it completely changes the game, especially with GameFi. So GameFi is going to be the next big run with NFTs. I absolutely believe that. And it's going to change the perception of how NFTs are looked at, not just on this network, but on nearly all networks. And I think that's going to be the next big attraction coming into blockchain technology. Because once we have a few games on, you know, it doesn't matter which project, whether it's ours, whether it's someone else's, it doesn't really matter whose it is. Once we get that interaction and that social interaction, people start earning value playing games with NFTs, there's going to be a crowd that's going to be constant, keep coming on. So I think this is going to be the end of one of the quietest times I've seen in blockchain technology. And I don't think we're going to come back to this kind of silence after that. So it's a period I'm really looking forward to, and something I'm really happy to be building through for when we get to that period later.
Man, holy smokes. We should have had this as a spotlight interview. I'm just saying, we're going to definitely have to have you come back and be able to devote a longer time period. I knew it was involved. I didn't know how involved it was. And I mean, this is just touching the tip of the iceberg here with everything that people can do with FUZION. It definitely sounds like you have put a lot of thought into it. And I'm sure there'll be some more questions towards the end. But I do want to get Royalty Jim Star up here to talk about his project and touch on with JP and Archer. So hang tight. And those of you that are in the chat, if you have any questions, please be sure to put them in the chat. If we don't get to them, we'll be sure to get them to Dan. And definitely go check out the website that I posted and create your profile on FUZION. I mean, this this sounds fantastic. I'm definitely going to look at it myself. Yeah, Fusion, Fusion dash IXO.com is where you guys want to go. So thank you, Dan, and hang tight here. Thanks so much. Jim Star.
Let's go, Melissa.
Oh, you're
Let's
probably like
go.
chomping at the bit with like all the stuff he's talking about, the gamifying and all of that. I mean, this falls right into your wheelhouse, doesn't it?
I know. I think it's been a long time, and I think I was actually talking to Dan a couple of weeks ago, and also I was in the space with his project, but he was not on that space. But the guys told me, "Oh, you need to talk to Dan. Dan is the right man that will explain everything probably well to you." But yeah, Dan, you're definitely right. I think people slept on the dynamic NFTs, mutable NFTs, being validated last summer. Um, I think NFTs, as you said, Dan, kind of came across in a way that it's mainly for speculation, and I don't really blame anybody on XRPL, because when XRPL had that spike a couple of months or even a year ago, there was really nothing on the ledger for people to spend the XRP on, the ill-gotten wealth, as people would like to say on. So very quickly people started trading NFTs, and it was just all speculation. And but in the past 6 months, you've had NFTs come out, like music NFTs and fine art NFTs. People have started to appreciate NFTs, and not just for speculation, just so. But yeah, at Rarity Royale, Rarity Royale is a dynamic NFT gaming platform on the ledger, where NFTs don't just sit on your wallet, and they compete, they evolve, and they build history through gameplay. Um, so what we've actually done is bring the NFTs actually into gaming. Previously, you've had games that were token gated by NFTs, so it would be a basic 2D game, or or even a 3D game.
Uh-oh. What happened? Is it just me, or is
No.
he frozen? Oh,
He's
he
a
is
little
frozen.
frozen. He'll come back.
No, he's
He'll come
frozen
back.
on mine.
Yeah, I'm like, as he's talking, I'm logging into the Rarity Royale game.
You're the one. You broke it. You broke the internet, dude.
I broke the internet.
All you had to do is not touch the keyboard.
Well, let's see here. Let's go back to Dan here for a second. Until Jim
Oh.
Star's able to come
There he is.
back.
He's back.
Is he back?
Oh,
Is he back?
oh.
There he is. All right.
Yeah.
Just,
And
there
now
we
he's
go.
gone.
Now he's gone.
There he is. Hold on.
let me get him in
Anyway.
there. Okay.
Hold on. Almost.
What happened?
You,
Is he
you're
there?
moving too quick. He's
I'm
right
moving
there.
too fast.
There he is. There he is. Okay, we're good.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know what happened there, but I was rambling to myself for a minute, and I was like, "Wait, it's so quiet here." But basically, at Rarity Royale, as I said, we're a dynamic NFT gaming platform. I wanted NFTs to be able to do something, so that the traits of the NFTs are not just cosmetic. I wanted them to be competitive. So I came up with the idea of having a battle arena where the NFTs actually go in and fight on chain for you. And with time they gain XP. They also change the cosmetic parts of it changes, and also you get to win XRP prize pool, which every event generates. So in the long term, we're turning this infrastructure into something that other NFTs can plug their own project into. Other projects can plug their own NFTs into, and to build something sustainable for the community. And so we're focused on making NFT useful, replayable, and kind of competitive, not just a collectible. So I'm happy to be here. It's been a while. it's not easy for you to bring out a dynamic NFT. Has done made it so easy explaining these things. And when as a creator, your first step to creating a dynamic NFT, if you want to make it a project on, say, XRP Cafe, would make sure that you tick the mutable flag when you actually maintain it. But then people kind of had that idea that, oh, you just do that and all of a sudden your NFTs are dynamic. No, it doesn't take that. It's not that simple. You have to make sure that you have all the metadata right in the first place. So what is the NFT going to change from to? You have to make sure that you have server right. Right now the Pianta servers, or IWS servers are probably the best route to go. But when you do launch an NFT, dynamic NFT project on XRP Cafe, you're on your own, and they would host the first images, but when they start evolving, you have your own server to host that. So all those are running costs that a project going into dynamic NFTs would have to consider. At the end of the day, we want to know people. We want to let people know that, as Dan said, dynamic NFTs is the way to go. Stop stop being limited by just having NFTs speculation. Do something with your NFTs. And that's why coming from a game, I love games. I've played games nearly all my life, and you could tell that I'm not a spring chicken. I started playing I started playing Nintendo 64 all the way to PlayStation 5 now. But I've kind of wanted, NFTs that actually do things in game, and that's why I came up with Rarity Royale. So Rarity Royale, it's a fun game. It's the events are hourly. You don't have to do anything. The prize pools are generated by activation fees. It could be anything from 0.001 XRP to 100 XRP, and to activate to get into battles. And at any given time, 100 NFTs can get into the battle. But as I said, I'm working with a new project now that are going to be coming into the arena. So we'll have other NFTs being able to be plugged into the system. But as they said, Melissa, this is an opportunity for me just to, go back to Dan and say to him, I was previously developing a 3D game, and I have the FBX files, the GPL files all sorted, and I, was developing it in a way because I started with the NFTs because I didn't want to create a game that the characters would look different from the NFTs. So I actually started
There you
off
go.
with
There you go.
I actually started from the NFTs first, and then I had to create these files, the GPL, the FBX files, and I was like, okay, I had to actually go back. And so now I have two files. I have the 3D NFT files and the FBX files. But now you're saying now that I can actually upload the FBX files directly as the NFTs. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah. So if you want, you could just send me a test file, and within about 3 minutes, I'll send you a link of Fusion and show you what it looks like before it's minted on chain, so you can actually see how your file looks. As a limitation, though, something I discovered a while back, I hadn't picked up when using 3D files. There is a limitation, and this is for everyone. So whoever runs anything to do with NFTs and 3D files on any NFT exchange, this is a blanket for everyone. If you have an FBX or GLB file, a GBL file, which is over 25 megabits, there's a chance that it might not display on the platform. So you have to reduce the data size. GBL better for augmented reality. FBX can at times be more detailed. I've started to lean more on GBL. I do personally prefer it. So yeah, watch what the data is, because if it's over about 25, it can kind of sway depending on the texture of your 3D file. But then it's up to, I think it's 200 on desktop. So as long as you've got your 3D files below 25 megabits, so you've got them reduced with the texture, etc., they will display on mobile and desktop very easy. And that's a limitation everyone has to put up with. It's a mobile limitation, mobile phone. But if you had so what I mean, for example, if you uploaded a file of 65 megabits onto Fusion, if you don't on your desktop, I can see it.
but then when you look on your mobile, you can't, and it's actually just a mobile limitation. Something I
Right.
learned recently I wasn't aware of.
Yep.
Something we'll have to part with to the upgrade.
Thank you very much, John. So yeah, basically, Rarity Royale. It's as I said, if you're curious about evolving NFTs and PvP events, jump into the arena. Like and Rarity Royale has as a matter of fact, when we launched, we had a whitelist where we had a 2D game. And platformer game has, you had to play the game to get on the whitelist, and that's where Melissa comes in.
That's how
Now,
I got in the hook. That's how I got
and now she's actually making me think that, okay, how am I going to develop this 2D platformer game further? So I've been working on it for the past 3 weeks now, and I've now seen the direction of where I'm going with the game, and I'm going to be, launching the game coming soon. So people like Melissa who actually want to, use the reflexes, in gaming can actually do something with the NFTs. But as a matter of fact, right now, when you say gaming, it's actually GameFi with the Rarity Royale, because you're not actually using your reflexes. Your NFTs is just playing at the back end, and it's randomized and it's based on the traits of your NFTs, and also the XP. So as you progress in the game, your XP progresses, your NFTs evolve from common to legendary, meaning that the images changes, the points gets, your NFT character gets stronger. So Rarity Royale is just one of those fun games that people will slowly get used to it, and has other projects, kind of use our white label system coming in and jumping into the arena. It's going to really catch up well, and it's going to go down very well. So
Yeah,
thank you, guys.
so really, it does it for you, right? But like how I came in, I was trying to like move the little dude and battle to get it, and then I didn't really get it. And so like once you have these NFTs, the NFTs get trained, and then they're battling on your behalf to possibly win, right? Is that see, and that's where I was confused, at first, because I was doing the battle, learning how to move the little guy and getting myself to the point, and which I think is super cool. I think it's super
Yeah, I actually think that's cool, myself. But yeah, you activate your NFTs, which is just a click away. You activate it, and the same on another click to train your NFTs, and then they get into hourly events. So you could be in a lobby with one person, which makes it PvP. You could be in up to 100 other NFTs. They could be owned by different wallets or the same wallets. And so last week we had 10 XRP activations where there were up to 8 NFTs playing. So the pool, the more the more NFTs in the pool, the bigger the pools, and the more people, the bigger the pool. So we're still in beta, so I'm testing different price ranges. But for now, we have the Epic, which is I think 1 XRP to activate 1 NFT, and then 70% goes to the prize pool, 30% goes to the project, which funds other NFT and token prizes that comes along in the game. And so far so good. And every day we have players in the game, and we're just building the community, and hopefully it catches fire soon.
Yeah. So basically, people would go to buy an NFT and XRPs. That mine is P197. That's mine. So you'd buy a P, or you buy one of these NFTs from Rarity Royale, which I think I got mine on XRP Cafe. And from there, once you have that in your wallet, you go to the website, you connect your wallet to the website, and then the website's just going to kind of do what it does, right? It recognizes that you have your little XRP dude to participate in the game, and then where does it go from there?
And then you jump into the battle royale. So if you're on the desktop, it's normally on the top or on the. But actually, there's a tutorial that gives you explains to you how the game loop But basically, you activate your NFT jumps into the lobby, and then from the lobby, it's a battle event. So it's kind of like the Rumble Royale on Discord, but this time is on chain. Every round, one NFT is eliminated, and then it goes on to the next round. Another NFT is eliminated, and then the three the last three P's standing share the pool of the 70% of the pool. So that's how it works basically.
Yeah.
cool.
And the other thing I was going to say, guys, so like even if you don't have one, if you connect your wallet and you go in there, there's an area, the XRP's gallery, where you pick one of them, and then you have to just activate it, right? You're activating that little guy in the
Right.
game.
What there's it's called Rent-a-P. It's a feature that I've not actually gone live with it because as somebody says, oh, you want to mint out the collection first,
Yeah.
and when people see the whole collection out, they can actually go and rent your NFTs. So what this actually does is, instead of taking your NFT physically out of your wallet, it just takes your metadata into another NFT. So, as I said, the stats of your NFTs, like you have the common NFTs, and you have traits in the NFTs that are not mintable. So you have to actually play the game to unlock those traits. So, for example, there's a trait called guild token, and the guild token basically means that if you have that trait, and we have a sponsor, or we have like X-Meme token, and you can actually earn that X-Meme token and by staking, soft staking, which means that you're just staking in, but the NFT is in your wallet. And so that's that trade. And then there's also Boost that kind of gives you an hourly or for 24 hours some higher stats in the game, so that you have more chances of winning. Yeah, so rent a P would be activated when the NFT collection actually mints out and people start building collections. So right now, you cannot mint a legendary or a mythic NFT. You have to actually train them from common, epic, and rare onto legendary. Once people realize that there's only a limited um, numbers of rare NFTs, they will start jumping into the game and start building up and changing and evolving. You also have so we have like community clashes where we have other NFTs that have special traits that are unlocked during certain events. So your P could just jump into an event and end up being a fuzzy bear for for the duration of that event. So we're just kind of using the gamification and the dynamic aspect and merging the two of them together, and getting them, just to get activities and event going on for the community to get involved in.
So, guys, it sounds like you need to be following Jim Starr and Rarity Royale on X, and go to their website as well, so that you can keep abreast on these community events and battles, and really start participating with it. I thought it was great fun. And like I said, I've never kind of interacted with any kind of games before, but yours had all the little elements to pique my curiosity. So well done. Really appreciate you coming on Faces of Crypto. Any other things, Simon? I see you got.
I do actually. I actually have a question for you regarding this platform that Jim's talking about for NFT gaming. How late did you stay up the first night you started playing?
not very late. I was already up late when I was doing it, and
okay.
but I was sidetracked, and I was trying to do it, and then I actually got out of the space so I could keep playing it.
Oh, so you left something to go play a game, right?
I did.
You might have a future problem.
I,
And all my gamers know what that future problem is. Fantastic. That's fantastic.
it really is. It really is a fun thing. And I thought it'd be, just super great to have you and Dan on at the same time. Because there is some crossover with that. Oh, we got Chad from Mackinac Island in the house. Welcome, Chad. He does walking tours on Mackinac Island. I'm from Michigan, and it's super cold. You can't get over there except for by boat or airplane or whatnot. And so it's pretty cool to know somebody that's living on an island in Michigan, although it feels like we're getting it at an early spring here real quick. So, but yeah, thank you so much, Jim Star. It's been really fun, and I definitely want to circle back and finish training my guys and try to get some of those rare ones, especially if they're still out there and available. So
Yeah,
what do I got to do? I just got to log back into the game and
just the best thing to do is log back into the website and just click on the tutorial. The tutorial is going to bring you, it's a video of how the game flow works for the battle royale. And so basically it will walk you through the game loop. But yeah, now it's time where the lobbies are quiet. There's few of us in the lobby now, so it's time for you to train and to upgrade your NFTs now easily, because when it gets as they say, when it gets sweaty in the lobby is when people realize that this is a way to go, because it's actually people playing for real XRP. It's not on speculation. It's players generated pool, so it could get very, very, I know people speculate on tokens, speculate on NFTs, even speculate on silver, but people will soon get the wind that you can go PvP out with somebody and you can go play against a project there. So there's always somebody in the lobby willing to play with this game with you, and that's the way it goes.
That's awesome, man. Sounds like next level gaming for the
Next
crypto
level.
space. I love it. That's great, man. Fantastic.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jim Star. Hang tight. I want to get to our community members here. As part of Faces of Crypto, the all-important community members. And so, like we met them earlier, JP and Archer, you guys play a very important role in not only the XRP community, but just in the digital asset space in general. And I'm wondering, do you recognize that? What do you see your role is in this community, even as a support for folks like Jim Star and Dan here from Fusion? What do you see your role as a community member? Oh, you're on mute. Can we unmute him?
Yeah, there we go. There we
go.
Yeah, first I want Jim Starr's microphone. I need that for God to be on Saturday. That looked pretty slick. My role, I want to partake in the ledger, and I consider it my ledger. I refer to it as our ledger. It's going to grow so much. I see the volume. I saw a report this morning. 32% increase in wallets since last year.
Wow.
Came from Smoke, as a matter of fact. But it was a 32% increase in wallets from 24 to 25. Now we know there's some of us have 2, 3, maybe more, wallets, but that's pretty big chunk. So it's something that's evolving. And I honestly, the big talk a lot lately is the AI, but that's going to benefit businesses. It'll help the world, pros and cons. But this blockchain technology is going to change the world. Not everybody will participate in AI, but the blockchain technology, everybody will. And of course, we all know XRP is the lifeblood. That's what we all believe. So that's my biggest holdings. But because of I'm part of the ledger, that I want to push it. I don't have any projects, but I want everybody on the ledger to succeed. If there's me and Mike Laff were talking the other night, and we're fishermen, and he was referencing ripples. When you drop the lure in the water and ripples go out. Well, we're all a ripple of some sort. So my goal is to help as many people as I can, because if I help them, then I'm actually being, they're pulling me along. So my part is to help, Melissa. My part's to help and to promote and let a lot of other people know about it. I want to tell the world. I want to tell the world, because it's so transformational. And it's so funny how something this huge, this event that's going to happen where our financial rails change, such a massive event. And when I talk about it with people, they think I'm talking about aliens. And yeah, it's like, well, yeah, I heard of it. And you can hear their tone. So I don't, once I hear a certain inflection, I just like, okay, well, tried. Some people bite and allow me to talk about it. I drive my brother nuts. I drive my family nuts. I'm sending them all this information, and
As do we all.
He's like, Joe, I believe it. I understand it. I know what you're saying. I'm good. So I have to curb myself sometimes. Yeah, but I think my role is to help the ledger, help the people on the ledger, and just do the best I can, because it belongs to me, it belongs to us. And the better it does, the better off we all are.
What do you think about what Dan has built with Fusion and Jim Starr with Rarity Royale? Does that get you excited? Just looking at how much has gone into these projects and the opportunities that are out there. What do you think about that?
It's very fascinating how fast the ledger has grown. When I first dipped my toe, I was not aware of the dynamic NFTs. And now, because of the dynamic NFTs, there always was NFTs with music. They existed when I first got in. But what's happening with these dynamic NFTs, they're allowing utility. The NFTs are just not, they don't come with music. They're actually using them. It's growing, and it's like coalitions. You have coalitions of NFTs, they get together, and they have utility as well. So that's very fascinating. Instead of just buying an NFT and keeping it in your wallet, it actually has a use, and you can earn from it. It's actually a little complex,
Yeah.
It really truly is. But earning off an NFT, that's, pretty amazing. It's passive income, it's depend on how many you have, and different projects have different use cases and different rewards. But it's, very promising, and it's just growing, Melissa. It's never ending. I have no idea what's coming down the road, but I know it's going to be huge.
It's
And
going to
the
be.
permission decks, that's massive. That allows institutions to talk to one another. it's just amazing. The doors are going to open for us all. So I want to be a part of the communities. I want to be part of what's going on. And it's very fascinating to me. It truly is.
Well, you're definitely a cherished member of the community, and I'm proud of you. And like I feel like kindred spirits, because like here we are, we're listening to someone like Dan and Jim Star talk about their projects and all this kind of complicated stuff, and yet here we are, kind of understanding what they're saying, which makes you go, you know what? I got this. We could learn this type of stuff. And so I just think it's super cool. And how do you learn? You learn by asking questions and listening in to when they're talking and not glazing over like, oh, I don't know. So it's pretty exciting to be part of it, isn't it?
Melissa, one odd, well, not odd thing, but very fascinating thing is I'm doing what I told my son not to do when he was 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. His social media really like hit the scene then. He's 25 now. But I'm part of something that I was leery of when he was partaking. Now, of course, he was a youth, being a parent. You're really concerned, of course, a lot of my narrative came from the news, which I don't even really pay attention anymore. I have Opti. I don't need television. I have Opti. I'm fully, educated. So I'm in the right lane there. But the interesting thing about spaces is these are middle-aged. I always thought they were a younger group, but they're middle-aged people, middle-aged men and women, and youth, a lot of youth, true, but they hold these spaces and they're amazing. I mean, they are so much fun. Trench Warfare with Floxon, he's like a killer MC. It's just a wonderful, just so much fun. And he allows me to speak. I mean, it's my wife tries to shut me up. That's kind of a chore, but and then I started venturing out. I kid them. I tell them I was born there, and then Legion hours. I mean, in the beginning, I cut my thumb on the table saw, and I was down for a long time. So I was able to join in their space, and I actually miss them. Actually, really. I pop in maybe 2-3 times the past 4 or 5 months when I can. But Caesar and Buva, just amazing. But the people, when I heard the first term degens, it was of course that's short for degenerate, but they're not. I mean, they're not degenerates. I mean, they're like family men like me, Look at Gemstar and Dan and yourself. These are extremely smart people. And when you have a question and the whole community, regardless of what space I was in, they were very fascinated that I'm asking like basic questions. They were like willing and we need you here. And I'm like, wow, okay, this is kind of cool. Someone needs me, I said, okay, well, I'm going to take part. But I found out that they're extremely smart individuals.
Yeah.
I actually believe Brad would have built blockchain. I mean, to be honest, that man, he's insane. He's just, we kid him. He's my customer service. That's the ongoing joke whenever I need something. He's quicker than Kraken or what's the
Coinbase. Any of those.
Right. I'll pull any of them. It's like it's ridiculous. It's actually quite frustrating. I mean, truly is. You have to do email. You can't talk to anybody, but So I go to Brad. I ask him a question. 2 minutes later, I get the answer. But it's just a lot of fun, Melissa. And they share. I mean, they want to help. These are people that want you to succeed. And that just encourages me when I felt a part of it. They willingly told me things and guided me so I could be successful. Do this, this is what you want to do. Just freely giving this information out. And I found it where, I mean, you know, sometimes our friends aren't that generous, you know. It's kind of like when they find something that a vehicle that a bank would offer, you know, when the new ones come out, sometimes you can, well, before you could find one for like 8%, 7%, some 10% because they want you to come in. And, you know, sometimes one of my friends wouldn't tell me because he was afraid they would max out the number of people who could get it. But that was years ago, though, so I can't really reference that. But these people wanted me to succeed. And
community is very, very important. And you are definitely a valued member of the community. Absolutely, for sure. We've got about 15 minutes here, and I do want to get to Archer. So I'm gonna throw Archer in. Let's get his perspective also, because you guys are in the same boat here. Like, you guys are both very important members of the community. Archer, what's your perspective on the importance? Where do you see your role is? And you know, also maybe your thoughts on the complexities of what Dan and Jim Starr have built. You know, so what are your thoughts, Archer?
Yeah, these guys, what they're building, is I'll be honest with you, it's beyond me at this point. And what they do with the XRPL is just unbelievable. You know, I don't have that highly technical skill set that they have doing these projects. So where do I fall in the community? Well, honestly, you know, when it comes to the XRP community, I noticed something. The people in it are genuine. They're real. They're patriots. They care. And that really means that I gravitate to that. I gravitate to the relationships actually more than the crypto. You know, the crypto is interesting. It's great to learn. And it's just where I'm at, you know. So when it comes to the community, I just really want to be a part of it. I see that this is the future. I can see where this is going. I understand enough of it to see that it's giving power back to the people. And if I find a way, or if anyone else finds a way for that matter, to use that technology to do that, I say more power to them. You know, more power to that power that you could do that. You know, the banks seem to have had control over remittances, and I can see where you can use some UIs and some platforms to now just move, you know, a store value in a matter of seconds, and literally listen to it, you know, show up in another country in seconds. Where else can you do that? You know, so that's why I want to be in it. You know, one of the many, many reasons. I have a lot of reasons why I want to be in this community, but I think the most important part to me is I want to be your friends. And that's it. You know, that's what's most important to me. So
And do you
yeah.
find
Thank you, Melissa.
Oh, you're welcome. Do you find that being part of the community, like Dipato, we've got quite a nice community here, like the Dipato Show, like Coffee and Crypto with Stone in the Morning. You got Steak and Bacon, Mr. Sam, and all of these guys. What do you feel about the support level of that? Even getting you in rooms with folks like Dan from Fusion and Jim Starr from Rarity Royale and everybody else.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm humbled by them. You know what I mean? These gentlemen and the women that we meet up with in spaces and stuff are just top of the line, high caliber people who really have their stuff together. They know what they're doing. They know where they're going. They have great plans, great skill sets. Their mindset is just top of the charts, you know, in my opinion. It's not what I'm used to. I'm a country boy. I came from the farm. I didn't really get a great education. I was not in the service. I didn't have any of those opportunities. But it doesn't mean that I don't belong. I don't think. I think that no matter who you are, there's a place for you in the crypto community, because I firmly believe that's exactly what it is. I won't jump into the conspiracy theories parts of it, but I can almost just see it. The power's there, and it's there to be used, and you have to learn it. And I understand that. And I know I'm probably the slowest guy on the blockchain, but you know what? It's okay, because you got to be somewhere in here. And I'd rather be down here trying to figure it all out just as much as, anywhere else. I'm sure, it's an experience. It's enjoyable. And, no matter whether I get to do a project or I even figure out how to do all these things, doesn't matter in the end. What matters in the end is what the power has been given back to the people. And I know that the people of America, and all these other countries for that matter, are going to use this technology, and it's going to create an event. At some point, it's going to create an event where we can all transact with each other and have our trust with each other. And that's a very, very powerful thing. I think that it's something that's not talking about recently, or I'm maybe missing some of it. But yeah, what a great thing.
Could I ask him a question, Melissa?
Absolutely.
Right ahead.
Please tell me that you're older than 66, Archer. I need to hear that. It'll make me and NTO extremely happy, because we keep.
I wish
younger. Younger, but
I'll tell you what. All right, fine then. I'm 70.
Fantastic.
Yes. Oh, man, wait till I know NTO he's just so excited. He's just so excited. So.
Listen, guys.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for that.
I mean, this is what is so incredible. So you're 70, I'm 56. I'm guessing Dan is probably, I don't know, I'm gonna say like 29, maybe 30. I'm guessing.
Melissa, I'm not 70.
Wait, how old are you? How old are you, Dan?
I'm 40 next year.
All right, so you're a baby. You're 40, but you're not really a baby. Jim Starr, you got a son that he's older. You gotta be late 30s.
No, hell no. I'm 51.
51. Okay, so all right, Faces of Crypto guys here. We're 40 and over.
Hey, Melissa, I gotta jump in there. I can't go out like that. I love you, JP, but guess what? I'm only 55, and I just turned 55 on the recently. So
yeah, well, you don't look a day over 57, according. Yeah, right. We're just, but here's the deal. We're all in this together. We're from different backgrounds, different
100%.
countries, different countries even. Everything you just said, listening to what Dan said and what he's building, and the things of, people saying it can't be done and all of that, him realizing, the powerful tools that are available on the XRP Ledger, which so much so to where, he's not even doing these other chains right now to not confuse things, but because of the opportunity that it affords people that are building on it and the end users. It's very user friendly, and being able to transact peer to peer, like the original narrative we were all sold when we first started hearing about crypto in Bitcoin and that sort of thing. And so it's really exciting to see what can be done with all of this, and to see the different ideas that are coming from it. What are people building? And, I don't know, like Dan, I don't know if this is your only job. I mean, you're the CEO, pretty much of of this company. Is this your sole job, or do you have another job on top of it, like most everybody else,
I'm just coming up to 22 years military. So I took a small gap a few years ago. I've got a few years to go. So I'm coming up to about 22 years. Sort of back end of this year, I've done a combat role since 2004.
Okay.
Wow. There's a lot of it's very interesting how many folks that are military, either past or present, are interested and see the opportunities and understand what's happening in the world and taking advantage of it, seizing the opportunity. It blows my mind. You guys know a thing or two about a thing or two. And so, when someone says they've been in the military and they're building on the blockchain and on the ledger, you should be giving them attention, is all I'm going to say.
Dan, thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
100%.
Cheers, Arthur.
We got a couple minutes left here. I definitely want to say thank you. We have 197 people. Guys, if you're not following Dipato Show on YouTube, please go over and follow us on YouTube and Rumble at Dipato. Hit the like button as well. Maybe leave a comment under it. Share it out. Share it with your friends. Help our channel grow. But I would love for everybody to go around and give a brief final thought. And of course, invite everybody that's watching to join us in the after space. We will have that at 10:10, and I dropped the link in the chat. And so if we just like to go around the room here and say our final thoughts, and then we'll end the show. We'll start with JP, Archer, Dan, Jim Star, and we probably won't have time, but anyway, let's go. You're on mute.
Almost.
2
There it
hours is not enough.
Nope.
It's like we need, yes, but thank you. And I'm very honored, really. I'm humbled that I can't believe I'm on Dipato. I mean, it just blows my mind. But there's so many good things. Yeah. I mean, so many good people, so many good spaces, Stone with the coffee and crypto in the morning, and smart people, Bunny Boy and X-Force. I mean, all these people that are helping us understand, and it's just fun to be around. But Bunny Boy was in Vegas last year, and I'm sitting on my couch, and he was like walking around with his phone. I felt like I was there. It's like I was transported there. And then, of course, your Florida trip that everybody just came back from, I was transported there. I got pictures, we're texting back and forth. And so, yes, and it made me, it took 15 years off my life. Yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. And that's why, I want to stick with it and help it grow. And maybe I'll be 17 years off my life, the longer I go. And I'll start, 18 years off my life, or add it to my life, 18 years off my age. But it's just a lot of fun. And I'm just really fortunate to be part of it all.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on the show and hope to see you in the after space. Archer, final thoughts.
Oh, final thoughts. Dan, can I sleep on the couch and learn from you? You know what I mean? Jim Star, same thing. Y'all guys are doing a great job, clearly. You know, and that's, and by the way, same thing as JP was just talking about. If I would have, if anyone would have asked me a little over a month ago that, you know, or said that I would be on Dipito, I would have thought they're crazy. And here we are. So that's just, I just want to say thank you, Melissa, you know, for giving me the opportunity to come and be a part of the community like this, because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. And JP, just thank you. Simon, Jim Star, y'all are wonderful. Y'all all are wonderful. And this community is wonderful. And that's the most important thing to me. It's beautiful. God bless y'all.
Appreciate. God bless you too, and thank you so much for coming on.
You know,
Dan, final thoughts.
I'd just like to say thank you to yourself, Melissa, and Simon for the show. Thank you very much. Jim, I wish you the best of luck with everything you're doing with the DNFTs and the GameFi. If you need any assistance with the files, just reach out. I'll give you a hand. And JP and Archer, it's fantastic to hear your story and meeting great people. So all of you, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for coming on. Jim Star, final thoughts.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much, Simon. Dan, thank you very much. JP and Archer. Let me find out, JP, you're the guy with some bear NFT PFP on X. That would be very weird, but yeah, JP, it's been a good time meeting you guys and Archer. I look forward, to meeting you somewhere around X and having tap into your experience and how you're getting on. But I just feel like if I have been sitting in a bar with the five of you, I forget that there are actual people in the chat. So I want to say big up everybody in the chat and all the viewers and everybody commenting there. Thank you very much. And Melissa, keep doing a good job. And this is lovely stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. Simon, we didn't make our 2 hour, but it's okay. Final thoughts, my friend.
What an incredible show, Melissa. I mean, really, once again, you've outdone yourself and really brought us the gems of this community and some more heart from this community as well. I mean, really, it really is a top-notch show. I mean, girl, you're just you've come a long way, and I know I get emotional sometimes, when I talk about how much you've grown. But you really are a one-of-a-kind light within this space, and you share that light with folks like Dan, Jim Star, and their projects, and wonderful, wonderful people like JP and Archer that are within this community. So with that, think, grow, build on the XRPL, and dip that toe.
Love you guys. Please join us in the after space. And thank you so much to the 193 people that are watching. We love you. We'll see you next week and have a good rest of the night. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show.
Step right up, let's take the dive. Crypto world is coming alive. From XRP to the blockchain beat. Join the crew where pioneers meet. Got builders, dreamers paving the way. Multi-chain vibes, we're here to stay. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Faces of crypto, stories we share. Early adopters, they're everywhere. From XRPL to the Web3 wave. Bold moves, only we're here to pave. Melissa and Simon, they light the way. Every week it's a crypto play. Wanna know? Dipito, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dipito show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dipito, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Let's crypto dance. No advice, just a spark to ignite. Do your research, keep your vision tight. Community strong, we're building the way. Dipito show, here to stay. Take a step, explore the scene. Dipito show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb.